Alright, YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Zach the Celtics guy here. I'm back with another video, and I'm here to discuss a little personal experience that occurred with me that I thought would be interesting to share with you guys. And the reason that I wanted to discuss this today is because I actually was able to uncover the Twitter account of a former congressman who blocked me on Twitter when I trolled him by calling him out for his blazing homophobia. I found his Twitter, and I'm actually able to look at it when I'm not logged into my Twitter. So it's like, how ironic, right? You're going to block me, but except I can still look at your Twitter just when I'm not signed in. And when you block someone on Twitter for political reasons, or you block someone on any like social media platform or website or whatever, when you're blocking them and you do shit like this, it's like, you're kind of just proving my point, dude. Like, dumbass, you're kind of fucking proving my point. You're gonna block me just because I call you out for your homophobic bullshit. And the guy who blocked me on Twitter when I called him out for his homophobia is Tim Huelskamp. Now, I've mentioned Tim Huelskamp on this channel a time or two before. Tim Huelskamp was in Congress until 2017. He represented Kansas, the state of Kansas, for a number of years until he was voted out in 2016 and got out in 2017. So basically all he's been doing ever since is just going on Twitter and bitching about the left and bitching about abortion and all this other stuff, and basically anybody that's more moderate than he is. So let me just break it down for all you guys about how odious this man is, Tim Huelskamp. Tim Huelskamp really is just a neoconservative, wishy-washy, just a blatant. He's just a corrupt neocon hack who does nothing all day but be on Twitter and bitching about others and basically shoving religion down everybody's throats. Like, he's made some of the dumbest comments I've ever seen. And I have a particular dislike for Tim Huelskamp, and here's one of the reasons why. And like I've said a bunch of times on this channel, I fucking hate politicians. I can't fucking stand most of them. But when it comes to homophobes like Tim Huelskamp or other blazing homophobes I've discussed on this channel, like Marilyn Musgrave and Vicky Hartzler and all these other fucking dumbasses, the Bushes as well, Mike Pence, Trump to a lesser extent. But when it's someone like Tim Huelskamp, okay, Tim Huelskamp has twice in his political career, twice in a row, tried to ban gay marriage nationwide. Now, obviously, that never passed because it never got anywhere. His push to ban gay marriage nationwide went nowhere. Just like it never went anywhere the last 15, 16 times these dumb motherfuckers tried to pass it. Because it didn't pass the House, it didn't pass the Senate, and it definitely wouldn't go by 3/4 of the states. Obviously not. In order to get a constitutional amendment ratified, you need 3/4 of the states. Now, if a gay marriage amendment act ever went before the states, for sure you would see all kinds of people across this country that would pour out in droves to vote against it. So basically, all these people that tried to get this thing passed kind of just wasted their time in the process. Because they're basically trying to get an amendment to the Constitution passed that was never ever going to happen in the first place. So you fuckers wasted your goddamn time by doing this. Congratulations. You wasted everyone's time and effort and resources by doing this, by pulling this stupid bullshit. Just because you're bigots and you're obsessed with what gay people do in their bedrooms and you clearly got nothing better to do. Tim Huelskamp is one of them. See, it affects absolutely nobody who someone marries. It affects nobody who someone has consensual sex with. People like Tim Huelskamp, Jair Bolsonaro, and Rick Santorum, and others are so obsessed, and Marilyn Musgrave too, are so obsessed with this issue, it's not even funny. Now, I understand at this point in time, gay marriage is a dead issue. I understand that. And me being a gay man myself, yes, I can say that. My boyfriend has also said the same thing. But I got blocked by Tim Huelskamp on Twitter. I was looking through his Twitter a while back. Looking through there, and you know what I saw? Oh, this is also another thing I also saw about this ignoramus. Tim Huelskamp was bitching about socialism time and time again. That's what he was doing. He was bitching about Venezuela and Cuba and all these countries in Latin America that apparently the Republicans and the corporate Democrats love to hate. So that's basically what he was doing. He was just bitching about socialism, evil, and all this, abortion, evil, And you know what I said? I typed to him. I literally typed right to Tim Huelskamp, right on Twitter. On my Twitter account, I tweeted to him. I said, okay, Mr. Huelskamp, I don't remember exactly what I said, but I remember it was something along these lines. I remember saying, hey, Mr. Huelskamp, I got news for you. I got news for you. You want to say that socialism is evil? Well, okay. We can play the best. I can play the best of the dozens with people like you. Guess what? Homophobia is evil. Bigotry is evil. And I called him out on his rhetoric for being one of the most homophobic politicians you can imagine. And guess what? He blocked me on Twitter. And then I announced, and I put this on my Facebook, and everyone was just laughing, and we were laughing our asses off, because it's like, dude, you're basically proving my point. And it's like, listen, I come out here all the time and I condemn leftists and SJWs when they come out here and they're pro-censorship bullshit. But someone like Tim Huelskamp, who is a right-wing homophobic bigot and a warmonger, is going to come out here and block me because I'm calling him out for his bigotry and warmongering. You are no different than any of the SJWs that you're criticizing. So you want to sit there and you want to criticize the left 24 hours a day, right? Well, that's what you're doing. But by you blocking me on Twitter and anybody that disagrees with you, you're kind of proving my point, motherfucker. You're kind of proving my point. And you're being exactly like what you're accusing the left of being like. That's what you're doing. Yes, this is the kind of individual that we're fucking dealing with here. Tim Huelskamp is one of the most bigoted politicians you can imagine. He's not really in politics anymore, but he is a bigot. He is homophobic. He is racially insensitive. There's all kinds of things. Oh yeah, he's also racially insensitive in a number of areas too. He wants to get involved in everyone's business. He wants to get involved in gay people's bedrooms. He's a religious nut job. He's also a warmonger, a hawk, and he wants to interfere in the affairs of other countries. And he wants to bitch about socialism 24/7. Okay, we can all criticize socialism all day. Okay? But here's the thing. Socialism is just a scapegoat for Republicans. Let's be honest with ourselves here, people. Socialism is a scapegoat for Republicans. Cuba is a scapegoat for Republicans. Venezuela, scapegoat for Republicans. And it's also just a scapegoat for the U.S. government in general. Because the U.S. military-industrial complex and our imperialist military-industrial complex and our government systems that are corrupt as fuck need an enemy all the time, at every step of the way. That's what they do. And that's exactly what Tim Huelskamp did. Oh yeah, Tim Huelskamp took part in a short film, likening LGBT rights to Nazi oppression, comparing homosexuality to communism. Yes, and I'll link that article in the description. This is the guy that I got blocked with. This is the guy that I got blocked by. And you know what? If I'm going to get blocked by a blazing homophobe, me as a gay man that's going to get blocked by a homophobe, that's a badge I will wear, and I will wear proudly. Okay? So fuck you, Tim Huelskamp. Kiss my ass. And I'm sure that you want to, because I am sure that Tim Huelskamp is very, very in that closet. He is so embedded in that closet, it's not even fucking funny. So one of the articles here, I'll read a little bit of it, but there is also other articles too. He obviously didn't comment on his role. He said he wasn't going to comment on his role in the film liking not liking gay rights to Nazism and communism and all this other bullshit. See these are the words that the Republicans also love to throw around there. Communism, Nazism, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, the far left does it too, but the far right is doing it in this exact same context. So you guys are no different. You're just as bad as the other side. These sides are just as bad as each other. It's as obvious as the day is light for these people who come out here, and this is all they do. So yes, Tim Huelskamp is extremely homophobic. There's no doubt that Tim Huelskamp isn't homophobic, because he is. He also said that gay couples threaten children, and he said a bunch of bullshit like this too. He also, he says, oh yeah, and let's not forget this one. Here's another article I found. Tim Huelskamp rails against LGBT rights. Quote, God is the third person in your marriage. That's funny. I thought you motherfuckers were against polygamy. Oh, okay. So you guys are also, aren't you guys also against polygamy? Isn't your holy book against polygamy and plural marriage? Oh, that's funny. God is the third person in your marriage? Well, I thought you guys were against multiple people being in marriages. I thought you guys were against plural marriage. Doesn't your holy book say, oh, God is so against plural marriage and polygamy and beep, 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 beep. Well, that's funny. You're really going to say this in here as well? You gotta love Republican hypocrisy. You gotta love right-wing hypocrisy, right? You gotta love it. I know I love it because it's so pathetic. It's so easy to go after because it's so pathetic. It's laughable. Because he's going to say God is your third person in your marriage. Okay, number one, your God doesn't exist. Get used to it. Number two, you guys always say you're against polygamy. Number three, you say that your holy book condemns plural marriage. So wouldn't God be violating his own code by being the third person in your marriage? Isn't that a little bit of a contradiction? I think it is. Yeah, that's right. It is. It is. So fuck you. Oh my God. Yeah, this is who we're dealing with here. This is National Marriage Week. Oh my God. Fucking National Marriage Week. Like, I love these little things that you just want to pull out of your ass. And by the way, I'm sure Tim Huelskamp wants a big floppy one up his rear end. You know he does. You know that these homophobes do. Because why else would they be talking about these things? Because they're so obsessed with gay sex and gay marriage. These homophobic bigots are so against gay marriage. They just think about it so much. People like Tim Huelskamp, that's all they talk about. That's all they think about. So if it's like on their mind, it's like, well, how do you know about all this? Why do you care? Unless you're like into this too. What, you want to get married to? Okay, be my guest. And it's funny, there's also women that are homophobes, like Marilyn Musgrave, Vicky Hartzler. It's funny because they're women and they're into men, and it's like gay men and all that. You see the contradiction here? You can't tell me for 1 second that Vicky Hartzler and Marilyn Musgrave, they're some of the biggest homophobes imaginable, and you can't tell me for 1 second that they're not like looking at gay porn or something like that. Like, oh, men being together, but I like men too. Yeah, I do. I love men too, bitch. How about that? Okay, that's one thing we have in common. That's one thing we have in common, dumbass. I like men as well. Oh, but I'm so against gays. But I'm married. I got a husband. I mean, I know that's obviously not the same thing, but it's like, okay, you like men. Well, guess what? I like men as well. And by the way, what man would ever go with her or these fucking dumbasses? That's my question. So yes, Tim Huelskamp is so pathetic. Okay, this article struck me so much because of the hypocrisy. This one, titled, Tim Huelskamp's Gay Marriage Amendment Lacks Support with Kansas Politicians. Okay, so this is the article where Tim Huelskamp could not help but try to find a scapegoat. Who did he scapegoat about gay marriage at the time? Barack Obama, who was president at the time. Quote, a Kansas Republican congressman's proposed constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriage has home state Democrats eager to attack while state Republicans are keeping their distance. Representative Tim Huelskamp announced Wednesday he would propose an amendment to the U.S. Constitution to ban same-sex marriage in response to U.S. Supreme Court ruling striking down a federal ban on benefits for gay married couples and upholding California's gay marriage law. The idea, which would align federal law with 37 states that have banned gay marriage, including Kansas, has failed to garner support in Congress. Yeah, it obviously would fail to garner support in Congress because it's ridiculous. And like I said, people were pouring out in droves to vote this shit down, even in Congress. Even in Kansas, where Huelskamp has made a name for himself defending conservative causes, the Huffington Post found he's not gaining supporters for his proposed constitutional amendment. Democrats in particular were quick to attack. Quote, it is a complete waste of time. It is a waste of taxpayer dollars. It clearly demonstrates he has nothing better to do, Kansas Democratic Party spokesman Dakota Loomis said. He is holding on to this divisive and hateful legislation when he should be focused on bringing jobs back to the 1st District. This will not help the farmers. Well, yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious that this is all Tim Huelskamp cares about. He doesn't care about, like, what else did he do? Like, he didn't, like this person said, and rightfully so, he didn't give a shit about the farmers. He didn't care about bringing jobs back to his district or to his state because he doesn't give a shit about anybody else. Let's cut to the chase. He doesn't give a shit about anybody else. All he cares about is social issues. All he cares about is social issues and getting involved in other people's bedrooms because he's a religious bigot, he's a religious zealot, he's a homophobe, and he's also a warmonger who wants to interfere in the affairs of other countries, Venezuela in particular. Republicans in Huelskamp's rural district took pains to distance themselves. State Representative J.R. Clays stressed that a gay marriage ban is not a legislative priority of his and said that he doesn't see a chance for Huelskamp's amendment ever passing. Asked if he believes Tim Huelskamp should have made the proposal, Clays answered, I'm not sure how to diplomatically sidestep this question. Well, don't sidestep the question. Just answer the fucking question. Saline County Commission Chairman Randy Duncan, who also chairs the GOP in Huelskamp's district, said he hadn't heard about the amendment and suggested that Clays will be better prepared to answer question, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so basically just gets into that. Now let's get to the part where he did scapegoat Obama. Huelskamp's spokesperson did not return a request for comment. Huelskamp told Huffington Post on Wednesday that while polls showed the majority of Americans support federal recognition of same-sex marriage, he would continue to press the case. A majority of Americans don't like President Obama as president, but he's still the president, Huelskamp said. Number one, what does that have to do with anything? Number two, of course, when the Republicans needed a scapegoat, they always went with Obama. What did not happen is what the court and then the folks pushing for DOMA repeal hoped would happen. That would end the debate. The debate is not over. DOMA stands for the Defense of Marriage Act. Huelskamp, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I make no assumptions about how Kansans feel about LGBT rights. Topeka Councilman Chad Manspeaker said. Manspeaker said. In 2005, a constitutional amendment passed with 70% of the vote, which was to ban gay marriage in Kansas. Huelskamp in symbolic of that mentality, but that was 8 years ago. Times are changing. Huelskamp is becoming a national joke. Kansas needs less national jokes and more leadership. Yeah, that's true. Tim Huelskamp is a joke. He's a fucking joke. So that's my message to Kansas. And by the way, the guy that got voted in after Tim Huelskamp got voted out is really no better. I thought at one point he was a little bit better, but actually I looked at his record, and he's actually just as extreme as Huelskamp is. Like this is all they do. So this is the guy that I got blocked by Twitter from. This is the guy that blocked me on Twitter. This is the guy that blocked me on Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy to be blocked by Tim Huelskamp. You really think I'm awake at night complaining that Tim Huelskamp blocked me? A guy that's a complete bigot and a war criminal is going to block me on Twitter? Yeah, give me a fucking break. By the way, Kansas has its fair share of homophobic leaders. Their governor, who was governor in the past, Sam, what the fuck was his name? The governor of Kansas who went with Trump's administration on religious liberty. He was like a religious liberty oversight seers, whatever fucking bullshit that was. Oh, Sam Brownback, that was his name. He was another extreme bigot and he was another extreme homophobe as well. He used a lot of the same quotes that Rick Santorum also said, like, "Oh, homosexuality is unnatural," and I'm not against homosexuals. I'm against homosexual acts, and stuff like this. Okay, yes, Kansas does need leadership. They need way better leadership. And by the way, they do have better leadership, or at least they have a better governor in office, at least as far as I think they do. So, like, they didn't even have protections in like employment and all this other stuff. But the decision of the Kansas Human Rights Commission proposed legislation protecting LGBT people in Kansas from employment, housing, and public accommodations. Okay, here's the thing. I'm from Massachusetts, and Massachusetts has a lot of its problems. We have a lot of problems. A lot of issues with traffic, a lot of issues with housing being pretty expensive. We got a lot of problems. But if there's one thing I am really happy about being in Massachusetts, especially being a gay man, I'm very glad that I live in a state where I'm protected from discrimination. And not like I would be discriminated against. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a good thing that I live in a state like Massachusetts. Okay? And trust me, Massachusetts has its problems, okay? We all got our problems, okay? It's tough all over. But there are still a majority of states where this type of shit is going on. And people like Tim Huelskamp are fueling the fire on this bullshit. So that's my message. So this is why these people got voted out. Tim Huelskamp got voted out. And for good reason. Because people couldn't stand him. Because probably even with conservatives are like, all right, can we move on to something else, please? Because that's obviously what this motherfucker would not stop talking about. All Tim Huelskamp would do is just talk about social issues, like this person said in the thing I read earlier. He's not doing anything to help the economy. He's not doing anything to bring back jobs for his district. All he was doing is just talking about social issues and talking about Obama, saying, "Oh, Americans don't like Obama." It's like, okay. Maybe at the time, Americans, majority didn't like Obama, but that was probably because of the spying scandal that was going on, that a lot of people faulted Obama for, and rightfully so, because Obama increased NSA spying and all this other shit, but that's a whole nother story. It's not for the same reason, dumbass. It's not for the same reason. Oh my God, like, you're dumber than I thought. You're clearly just as, you're just as ignorant and bigoted as the rest of them are. So let me tell you something, okay? Obama had a lot of faults. Obama was just meh, in my opinion. I didn't really have that much of an opinion on him. He was disagreeable on a lot of things. But here's the thing. The Republicans, especially the establishment and right-wing, like, religious nuts like Tim Huelskamp, would just blame Obama for everything. Like some that would go as far as to say Obama was not a citizen of the U.S., which is fucking bullshit. Okay? Obama was just meh. He was good in a lot of ways. I think he tried to do a lot of good for the country, but I think he was also just milquetoast as well. He was also just a milquetoast, wishy-washy neoliberal in a lot of ways. But like, that's what these Republicans would do. They would use Obama as a scapegoat for their problems. What did I think of Obama? I just looked at Obama with a grain of salt. Like, just meh. He was just meh, in my opinion. He had a lot of faults. Increased drone strikes, the NSA spying scandal with Edward Snowden, and blah, blah, blah. But Tim Huelskamp is just a whole nother story. Just blamed Obama for everything. Oh yeah, I'm going to pass my gay marriage amendment bill because that matters. Oh, Americans don't like Obama, he's still president, so I'm going to pass this gay marriage amendment. Yeah, those things have, like, nothing to do with each other. So what you're saying is that, okay, even if Americans like this, or don't like this, or whatever, if Americans don't like Obama, he's still the president, Okay. If you're saying Americans don't like Obama, but he's still president, that doesn't mean that they're going to support your cause, dumbass. It's completely the opposite. They're not going to be with you on this issue. They're just not. Even if they didn't like Obama, even what you were saying was true, which I highly doubt at this point, but even if it was, they ain't gonna buy your shit. They ain't gonna buy the bullshit you're selling. 2002, it didn't pass. 2004, didn't pass. 2006, didn't pass. 2008, it didn't pass. 2013, it didn't pass. The last time it was passed, 2015, also didn't pass. The Federal Marriage Amendment Act was dead in the water from the minute it was ever proposed in the first place. So, if you want to keep losing, go ahead and propose things like this. And by the way, back to my original point. You say that, the majority of Americans, if they really believe this, okay. Why are you even, if it really mattered to you, which I don't think it really does, but if it really mattered to you, why would you even want to propose an amendment that the majority of Americans don't even support, and that you know that would cause them to pour out in droves just to vote against it? You're wasting your own time by doing this. Why are you doing this? Oh yeah, we know, because you're a homophobic bigot. That's the only reason. You're a homophobic bigot and you're a religious nut and you want to shove your religion down everybody's throats. We know that. But why are you wasting your time proposing something like this? You're wasting people's time. You are wasting people's fucking time with this shit. And you say, public opinion doesn't matter. Well, public opinion does matter. You need 3/4 of the states. You need 75% of the U.S. to vote on an amendment in order for it to pass. If the majority is against this, if the majority is against a nationwide ban on gay marriage, what makes you think it's going to pass? What makes you think it's going to pass? And even if what you're saying is true, why would you even bother? If public opinion doesn't matter to you, then why are you passing it then? If you're trying to pass something where public opinion does matter and you need 3/4 of the states to ratify it, then why are you bothering then? That's my question. Because you have nothing better to do. You need to find something else to do with your time. Go join one of those backwards evangelical churches. Go apply for a job at the 700 Club with Pat Robertson. Or do something more constructive with your time other than wasting taxpayer dollars' time, where you could be doing way better things with your time and with your state's resources than this backwards bullshit. You tried once in 2013, you failed. You tried again in 2015, you failed. The Federal Marriage Amendment failed. Fuck the Federal Marriage Amendment Act, and fuck Tim Huelskamp. Fuck you, Tim Huelskamp. You fucking fuck. Anyway, I'm gonna cut it here. This video is already almost a half an hour long, and I got a warning on my phone battery that my battery is at like 10%. So I'm gonna cut it here. Thank you all for listening, and this is the second video in a row that I made. Hope you all enjoyed, but I thought I'd get on here and talk about the little experience I had of getting blocked by this guy. Yes, this is the guy that I got blocked by on Twitter. Hope you enjoyed, and comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think, and I'll be back with more videos, a whole bunch of other stuff in the works, more videos on the way, including, I might make another video on my way to work, because there's another issue, the issue of Latin America, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know. I don't really have enough time to talk about everything I want to discuss, because I don't want my battery to die in the middle of this. So I'm going to leave it here. Zach the Celtics guy saying thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Comment. Let me know what you think. Agree, disagree. Let me know what you think. And I'll be back with more soon. And a whole bunch of shit in the works. Stay tuned. Bye for now. Peace out and have a good day.